Okay, so hello everyone. So I want to do a video, and now that we're done with polar coordinates and parametric equations, I want to go into sequences and series. Now, basically, in calculus and in pre-calculus, there is, basically we have sequences and series, and what that just means is that it is a list of numbers, right? So for example, this is a list of numbers, is a sequence, and there's a formula, a common formula for that type of sequence. That's what this is saying. Now, for this specific problem, it's asking us, it says, find the first 5 terms of the arithmetic sequence defined by each formula. Now, what I mean by arithmetic sequence, and yes, I'm using my whiteboard instead of the whiteboard app instead of the OneNote app because the OneNote app keeps crashing. But yes, we have arithmetic sequence, and that's basically it's going to be what is it going to be? It's going to be so it would be a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1, I think. I believe that's what it is, where d is called the common difference. Okay, so that's just what that is in very brief terms. Now, to find the first 5 terms of each arithmetic sequence, you have to do a table. So this is n, this is a sub n. So when n equals, for example, when n equals, so let's see. So for example, when n equals 1, a sub 1 would be 2 times 1 minus 1. So a sub 1 would just be 2 minus 1, which is just 1. So it'd be like this. And then a sub 2, you would just do a sub 2 equals 2 times 2 minus 1. A sub 2 equals 4 minus 1. So a sub 2 is 3. So you would do 2, 3, right? And then a sub 3 would be 2 times 3 minus 1. So then a sub 3 would be 6 minus 1, which is equal to 5, right? So you would do 3, 5. A sub 4 is 2 times 4 minus 1, which is 8 minus 1, which is 7. So this is a sub 4. A sub 4 is 7. And then the 5th one would be a sub 5. A sub 5 is equal to 2 times 5 minus 1, which is just 10 minus 1, which is just 9. So a sub 5 is 9. So it wants you to list from a sub 1 to the first 5 terms. It wants you to list them. So it would be 1, 3, 5, 7, and then when n equals 5, a sub n is 9. And 9. So this is the answer, okay? Now for part 2, for part B, you do the same exact thing. So except this time we have a different formula this time, okay? So let's see here. So for part B, c sub n is equal to n squared minus 1. So you're going to do from a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, a sub 5. So 1 squared minus 1, if we put that for n, it's going to be 0. 2 squared minus 1, that's 4 minus 1, which is just 3, right? A sub 3 is 3 squared minus 1, that's 9 minus 1, which is 8. And then a sub 4 would just be 4 squared minus 1, which is just 16 minus 1, which is 15. And then a sub 5 would be 5 squared minus 1, which is just 25 minus 1, which is just 24. Okay. So the sequence would be 0, and then it would be 3, and then 8, or actually, hold on, and then 15, and then 24, right? So this would be the answer for this one. Now, for part C, you're doing the exact same thing, so you're going to do, so basically t sub 1 is equal to 1 over 1 plus 1, that's 1/2. T sub 2 is 2 over 2 plus 1, that's just 2/3. T sub 3 is equal to 3 over 3 plus 1, which is 3 over 4. T sub 4 is 4 over 4 plus 1, which is 4/5. And then t sub 5 is equal to 5 over 5 plus 1, which is 5 over 6, okay? So it goes, so for this one, the first 5 terms are as follows: 1/2, 2/3, 3/4, 4/5, and 5 over 6, okay? And this would be your answer. Now for part D, you're going to do the exact same thing, except do it from, it's basically from n equals 1 to n equals 5. So basically you're going to do it's going to be r sub 1, that's going to be -1 to the first power over 2 to the first power. That's just -1 over 2. R sub 2 is going to be -1 quantity squared over 2 squared. That's 1 over 4. R sub 3 is -1 to the third power over 2 to the third power, which is just -1 over 8. And then R sub 4 is -1 to the fourth power over 2 to the fourth power. That's just 1 over, and then it would be 2 squared quantity squared, that's 4 squared, so it'd be 16. And then R sub 5 is -1 to the fifth power over 2 to the fifth power, which is -1 over, it'd be, so we have 16 times 5, or actually, it'd be 32, 16 times 2. So the sequence for part D would be as follows. So it'd be like this. Hold on. It would be -1/2, 1/4, -1/8, 1/16, and -1 over 32. Okay. And that is how you do this problem, right? When it tells you to find the first nth terms, or the first whatever terms they give you, n terms, you want to make sure that you you want to make sure that you put, like, you do a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, etc. for however many terms they want to know. So with that being said, guys, I hope this helps. Please let me know if you have any questions, and please like, comment, and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.